FM News Talk 97.1. On demand audio. You're listening to Allman in the Morning. Common Sense Radio.
Yes, you are, everybody. Watch out for the shark. Watch out. Ah! Hey, some crazy stuff going on. I mean, we could beat this shooting to death. I'll let some of the other guys do that because all the facts are coming. You don't know who this guy is. And we have our ideas. I can't wait to see the mugshot. Shaved head or no shaved head? I say shaved head. And, of course, guess what? The police are now surrounding with their bomb tools, everything else, some crappy apartment near the theater. It's all, working out. But I'm sure everybody's trying to wonder what show he listens to. Does he listen to Glenn Beck? Because if he does, we're going to find out whether he listens to Glenn Beck or not. Probably investigating that, too. Anyway, the shooting at the Dark Knight. I still can't figure out how a 6-year-old gets shot at a movie theater at 1 o'clock in the morning. At a PG-13 violent episode of The Dark Knight. It doesn't compute with me. There's all kinds of things wrong with that whole deal. Speaking of shootings, you see this guy who shot his son for singing a Kenny Chesney karaoke song. This is right up your alley there, Denise.
Oh, yeah.
You'd shoot somebody.
I would not.
Yeah, you would.
I'd make fun of them.
These guys were at this guy's home. He was at his son's home, and the son was singing karaoke when he and his dad started arguing over the music. And they think that the song was No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problems. You ever see No Shoes, No Shirt, No
You really
Problem.
think I know that song?
Chesney's great. He's one of the best.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, he is. Kenny Chesney's awesome. And that No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problems is a great song. Anyway, they shot the guy over there. They were arguing. Apparently, Dad wanted the guy to shut up. So.
And they were in someone's home?
Yeah. He was in his son's home. But let's put it this way, though. I'm trying to figure out, okay, so I go over to Ethan's house, let's say. Is Ethan going to be singing karaoke for me? Just me and him? How does that whole thing play out? I mean, there's all kinds of questions.
You don't know.
Dad, listen to me sing Kenny Chesney on my karaoke. It's like these guys, You can just see the whole, the floor littered with 24 ounces or whatever. Hey, Ken, thanks for calling the show, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, who really cares about Mitt Romney's tax returns? I can give a crap about it. The IRS already has his tax returns. If there was something there, if there's a smoking gun, believe me, they'd have them. We'd know it.
Hell yes.
Really, why spend any more time on this nonsense?
Especially Obama's IRS. I mean, this guy, it's the only time that actually employment has increased around Obama is his increasing of the IRS agents because they're checking every crack in the couches of Americans.
Yeah, you got the IRS strapping on their black boots and their neo-Nazi signs going about. They're going to enforce our health care now, and they can't discern Mitt Romney's tax returns.
Yeah,
really?
Thanks
for taking the call, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Ken, here's the thing: a lot of people have called in saying, "Well, because this is the conservatives. Some conservatives have fallen into the trap. Well, maybe he should just release his tax returns to get the left off our back. They're utilizing this issue. At some point, though, you have to stand up for something and say, you know what? Screw you. I'm not doing this." And we also know the psychology of the whole thing. Sometimes the more people tell you and order you to do something, the more you don't want to do it. The more you dig in. And it's not really a stubbornness. It's a pride issue. You're not going to be shaken down. You're not going to be extorted. Now, here's the deal. Ann Romney, and let's go with number one here. Ann Romney is actually interviewed by Robin Roberts. And, by the way, the Huffington Post refers to her as Mitt Romney's wife, which is fine. She is Mitt Romney's wife. But they never actually, in the whole article, mention her by name. They just call her Mitt Romney's wife. You wonder whether they do the same with Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife said today, yeah, right, whatever. Here's Ann Romney.
Mitt has led his life and where he's been financially. He's a very generous person. We give 10% of our income to our church every year. Do you think that is the kind of person that is trying to hide things or do things? No. He is so good about it. Then when he was governor of Massachusetts, didn't take a salary in the 4 years. You know, he is a person...
Why not show that then? Why not?
Well,
why not
you know...
Pause that for a second. Robin Roberts. Why not show that then? Show us the tax returns and we can talk about how much Mitt Romney gives to charity. Right. Like that's what you'll do once you get his tax returns. You'll start to scour it and come to the conclusion, look how much Mitt Romney gives to charity. Baloney. Don't even try to sell us on that. We continue.
Because then it's a moot point.
Because
and then
there
people can
are
move on.
so many things that will be open again for more attack, and you just want to give more material for more attack. And
Yeah, they're absolutely right. I mean, that's exactly what's going on here. This whole idea that Romney and his loopholes are un-American, you better, if you're a person who says that, or if you're a person who attacks him for taking loopholes, you better be clean yourself, meaning you better not take any deductions whatsoever. I mean, the worst part was Lawrence O'Donnell and this other bimbette going back and forth over the fact that, well, it's legal, but it's shameful. It's, you know.
That really what you'll see here, even if totally legal, is just so shameful.
Well, keep in mind, to Chris's point, Lindsey Graham on the floor of the Senate said, everybody tries to get out of paying taxes. That's what we do as Americans. There's this, the Republican Party is totally in bed with this notion. I mean, there are plenty of wealthy Democrats who are, I'm sure, in bed with it too.
You think?
But as Chris says, the elites are this is part of the game, right? This is the narrative
This chick better not take one deduction. Lawrence O'Donnell better not take one deduction, because if they do, then they have zero credibility when it comes to discussing this issue. If they, as a moral obligation in their minds, take no deductions whatsoever and pay everything they owe, then they have a ton of credibility in my mind. Then more power to them. Well, you know what? Let's see their taxes and see what they do. But my guess is they do take deductions like every other American does, like Mitt Romney does.